I fear nothing!
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Jaded, and I'm making a first impressions video for you guys. With the servers being down, I'm like, hey, why not? Perfect time to make a video. So currently I am a level 30 barb, and I haven't finished normal yet. I'm like right at the end of Act 4, but the servers went down on me, and they've been going down over and over. So after this, I'm gonna go take some much needed sleep. But I wanted to throw out my first impressions with the overall game and sort of what I feel from playing with Forrest and Jesse, and then going off and playing on my own a bit with a friend. So first and foremost, this game is so gorgeous. Like, the environments are the attention to detail is really insane, and it's so impressive how even though you're in, like, say you're in one area, and then you just take a tunnel or take an entrance to a cave or something, and then it just like vastly changes your whole environment. And so, that happens so often. Like, the game never ever gets stale from start to finish. And I know a lot of people don't necessarily like how the game looks, or from watching videos, or I don't know. If like the second you get into the game, you just realize how smooth and how much work and effort went into this game. It's really astonishing. So the visuals are beautiful and gorgeous. The only thing that kind of bugs me visually is the character detail is lacking. Like, I'm just gonna straight up say it. The character detail is lacking, but when you're zoomed out, it's not as apparent, and it's totally fine. But if you ever zoom in on your character, it's a bit rough. It's a bit, blocky. But that's really all I could say about the visuals. Everything else is just stellar. So if you were watching us on Force's stream, and you were wondering why it went down, Force's internet went out, so we weren't able to do a full clear. It's something that was out of his hands, so unfortunately we didn't get to finish. But after that, though, I went ahead and started recording my own gameplay with a friend. Doing co-op. The biggest thing I noticed going from 4-player, doing that, and then jumping on over into just co-op, 2 people playing, the biggest thing I noticed was the boss's health. Like, it took a long time to take a boss down, and it felt like this epic thing. It wasn't just a pushover. And then when I went over to co-op and started doing bosses, it felt way too easy. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the scaling problems. Maybe it's just because we started out gearing. I don't know. I don't really know. But like, the bosses felt different in a 4-player environment than in a co-op environment. And I definitely preferred like the 4-player experience with that, because everything just is much more beefy. Of course, if you know how the mobs scale, they scale up in HP. They don't scale up in damage. So everything takes a lot longer to kill. Another thing is, when you're playing 4-player, the amount of action and chaos on the screen is actually quite overwhelming if you're trying to discover your skills and really figure out how they work, because there's so much going on. It's hard to tell. Like, for example, with Frenzy, I couldn't tell if on one of the runes, if it was homing in on other mobs or just randomly shooting out. It's kind of hard to tell those things in this chaotic 4-player environment. So if you're looking just to get like a firm grasp on the game and like really understand the skills, I would suggest doing a co-op, because you can really just tell what's going on visually. It's a lot less noise on the screen. What else? So the cinematics actually really blew me away, and I was expecting that. Like, everyone knows Blizzard cinematics and how much work they put in those, how awesome they are. The first one, like when you go from Act 1 to Act 2, that cinematic is so fucking good. Like, it made me want to stop playing the game and just go watch a Diablo 3 movie, made with cinematics like this. It's just so damn good. And The only time I was a little disappointed with cinematics was when, I believe it was Act 3, they showed the same one they've shown before, like it's online before the game even launched. It was the Black Soulstone video. There's a little bit extra to it, but it's really not that much. So if you've already seen that, it's not a big surprise. And that was a little bit of a bummer, but I mean, it is what it is. So anyways, I wanted to get into a really funny build with the barb that was just kind of a fun build to do. If you're playing a barb, once you get up to like level 28 or 29, I forget exactly what level, it's the high 20s, you could do this build where you take sprint, and basically what sprint is, I mean, it is exactly what it sounds like. It just increases your movement speed for like a few seconds. But this rune you get near the end of 29, or yeah, I think it's level 29. It makes tornadoes like fall off the back of you while you're running. So you take that skill and then you combine it with whirlwind, and then the rune you want on whirlwind is, it's called Hurricane, and it basically allows you to whirlwind at the speed of your movement, because normally whirlwind reduces your speed. So by combining these two, you turn into like this super fast tornadoes, just tornadoes everywhere, and the monsters try to follow you and they'll die as well. That's just the core of the build if you want to do something fun with those two skills. And then you can add like buffs, you know, for your damage. You can get the buffs on bash, so it increases your damage after you use bash 3 times. And it just becomes like this really fun build. You just have to be worried about too much fury cost, so you gotta throw in some good fury management there, whether like the passive or whatever. But yeah, that was just a really funny build, because I wouldn't say it was necessarily like the best or anything, but it was just really fun to do, because you're just zipping around the screen ultra fast. Anyways guys, I'm sorry to cut this kind of short, but I really need to go to bed before the servers come up, because I'll just start playing again and then I will kill myself because I won't sleep ever. Expect a lot better content in the future. This was just something I really wanted to put out there fast. You know, the game's only been out for like, I don't know, 15 hours or something. So I just wanted to get a video out as soon as possible. But that's gonna do it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.